Welcome to session 4 of Eyes of Saemyth. Who would like to give us a recap of what happened last session for an inspiration?
I think it's my turn to give the recap. Okay, so last time on Glee, we encountered a group of mercenaries called the Sanguine, and surprisingly, they had a vampire within their ranks that kicked our asses. We still managed to behead him though. And then we talked about a lady who's... I know what happened, but for some reason I'm nervous to tell this recap. We found a lady... we found a lady who had been bitten by the vampire, who had this like disease growing on her neck, these kind of like pussy sores. We also then went back to the Green Company base to talk to Lanyard, and Lanyard, it's canon now, his name is Lanyard.
Fuck's sake!
No, I named you 𝘏𝘰𝘮𝘦.
It's Lanyard.
And we showed him, well, we brought a guy with us as well. This is a really great recap. We brought a guy with us who was part of the group who we took care of for information to kind of prove that we'd found a vampire and stuff like that. And then we went back to the tavern and we just kind of had like some down chill time, just kind of like hung out for a little bit. And then we had another dream where we saw a figure this time instead of these like 4 figures who said this like kind of riddle, which I have written down, but Lav can't remember. I know Sinza will remember, I don't. And then we kind of figured out, or Sinza and Kaiden kind of had a chat about it possibly be, like pointing at Lyre, but that's kind of a little bit like sus. And then we all met in the tavern after the night. I'm sorry.
No, that's a solid. We'll take it. Yeah, take your inspiration. So, you guys have woken up the next morning. I believe Ymir and Lyre had a nice little chat on the balcony overlooking the tavern from the bedrooms. And the morning is quiet, but I believe you two were heading down to get breakfast and whatnot. Decide where you're going for the day.
Yeah, I guess we'll just walk over and meet up with Kaiden and Sinza.
Sat by the fire. I don't believe... Have the two of you started eating breakfast already?
I think we did.
I think we did order some food.
Yeah, we just grabbed it over and started munching.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, morning.
How are we?
Tired?
Yeah.
Did you not sleep?
I had another dream last night, and I think so did Kaiden.
Oh, yes, the dream where the big, powerful figure was pointing at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ymir had it also.
So are we always going to have dreams together now? Is that how this works?
I think it's nice you dream about me.
Thank you.
It's rather flattering. So, what are we doing?
Well, depending on if you guys are still up for it, a plan was to possibly head to Green Company to ask them about this information source beneath the city.
Right. We want to go, beneath the city. Right. That's not terrifying.
It's a start for me. I guess depending on what Landgrave comes back with, it may not be beneath the city. It may be something else entirely.
Right. That reminds me. Who are we looking for? again?
The
Who are
kindred
your
of,
friends?
The kindred of Ash. They're not really friends, just something I'm chasing.
What are you chasing?
The group. They're a mercenary group.
Okay. Let me rephrase.
Okay.
Why are you looking for them?
Oh, they have some information for me that a gentleman from my village, Damius, he encouraged me to seek information from them regarding a couple of things with the village itself. So I'm chasing that, just hoping they can dot some I's and cross some T's.
Did they attack your village or something? Or
No, they passed through at one point.
okay, sensitive subject, I guess. Okay.
It's just I'm.
I don't mean to push. It's
No.
just that I'm going to be walking into a sewer of vampires, looking for people I don't know and just didn't know why. Just wanted some context.
It's just we're all chasing things, and this is just something that I've been chasing for a while. This group has information for me that could help me in the future.
Okay. Cool. Anyone else have any concerns, or are we good?
I don't really know what a sewer is. I thought it was just going underground like a cave.
Well, you might be right. It just depends how structured this city is, I guess.
Okay. So were we going to find this cave underground, or?
I think a sewer is an underground. Basically, it's an underground like tunnel system that usually flows either water or sewage.
Oh, so it's just a giant toilet bowl.
Yes.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
Ymir, any thoughts, concerns?
No, Ymir's not there. Ymir's at the table in the front, swinging her little legs around as she's waiting for coffee.
Oh God.
You can see both the people behind the bar making a lot of coffee. Like there seems to be multiple cups being placed in
6
front
cups
of Ymir.
specifically.
6 this time.
6.
Just 1, 2, 3, and Yumi's just kicking her little legs like hee hee hee, waiting for the coffee to arrive.
Kaiden and Lyre, you would notice that after having that conversation, Sinza looks nervous. She's kind of like rubbing her hands together, kind of scratching at her wrist a little bit. She just looks a bit uncomfortable. So, after breakfast and coffee, shall we head to go see Landgrave?
Who?
Landgrave. Earth Green Company.
Oh, Lanyard, right, yes.
Oh yeah, Lanyard.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know who you were speaking about then.
I was confused. Yeah. Are there anything we wish to procure first? Do we need supplies? Do we need weapons? Do we need anything at all? If we're going underground to this infested place, where there's possibly an illness as well, do we need to prepare?
Well, Landgrave
or do we just say, fuck it, we ball?
I'd rather prepare, but I don't know if Landgrave might not even have the information for us. It's
Who?
just... Lanyard might not have the information for us. So maybe we start with that, and then we lead on from there.
Sure. Jay, just go.
I just want to make sure. I talk really fast. Ymir is going to come back. Her face is going to be bright red, and there's going to be like remnants of coffee as she did just like down 3 of them like really fast. And she's like holding the tray, and you see her shaking slightly, like as it's like trembling. You can see the tremors running throughout her body as she lifts to you guys 3 cups of coffee from the 6 cups that she had ordered. Coffee.
For us? Thank you.
You can have mine. I'm full.
I will have
Really?
Lyre's.
Yeah,
You should?
absolutely.
Like, holds the other cup too. She's not all there. Her eyes are bloodshot. She's like,
Thank you, Ymir.
Cage is just like look at their coffee and look at the effects, and then like, no.
Oh, I'll have it. It's fine.
then take the train, just sit down over here and just like, just ride out the waves.
You mean you are tweaking? You are straight up tweaking.
And she's just minding her business. Someone might look at her wrong, and she's gonna go.
Fuck's sake. Okay. So your plan of action was to go back to Green Company and speak with Landgrave.
Sorry.
I'm gonna because I've started calling him that, you fucks. It's catching on. So yeah, no, you guys are gonna start heading back to Green Company when you are ready. If you'd like to do a stock up, figure out what you want to do in terms of like you're going into somewhere new, you might want to prepare yourself a little bit. Your calls. Yeah. If there's nothing else that the party wants to do, you guys head back out into the city. And you begin to make your way through the edges of Stormform back into the Verdant District, where it's a relatively busy morning as it was before. Somewhat makes you miss the empty streets of the night crawl that you did prior. However, it doesn't take you particularly long now that you've been to the Green Company a couple of times for you to make your way back to the hideout. So you enter back into the Green Company hideout. Once again, you see the little blue kobold stood by the door, dutifully holding his position, looking in your direction.
Oh, we're here to see Landgrave.
He's in there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Go in there.
Mm-hmm.
He's just looking at you with these
Sinza
big
just
buggy eyes.
Way. Oops.
You just close
Kind
the
of like,
door.
does he know? Does he know?
He looks like he hasn't slept. He's kind of stood there like,
It's been a 48-hour shift.
man's
Just
not
making
rested.
sure Ymir is coming the right way and guiding them. No.
Is
Go on,
his
Ymir.
brother still there? Beside him?
Yeah.
As she's sort of moving past the doorway, I'm pretty sure Kaiden will notice this as she's like stretching. She's just like in the direction of where the brother would be, and just what a beautiful morning. That's great. Just keep going.
Good morning. And he just walks in. He's just mimicked you. He's like, oh, that's a good morning in the city. Morning.
No, please don't
He's-
do this.
You just see this
Missed-
kobold look at you like,
It's just like smiling that. He's just
Oh,
smiling.
fuck.
Morning.
You
He
too,
walks in.
pal.
Morning. Morning.
Have you guys seen Mr. Bean when he's like in the car? And that's gonna be Kaiden.
Ymir has no idea. She can't even see that happen.
as you're walking in, Caden, and giving the fucking flipping the bird to every person in that room. All conversations fall silent as they look in your direction.
He's just still smiling like he has said nothing wrong.
I'll see Ymir not flipping people off, just like,
Smooth brain.
Smooth brain.
Smooth brain.
gonna...
Is Lyre staying behind, or is Lyre coming with them?
No, so I forget to move my token. Sorry.
quickly close the door.
Grab him.
Grab it!
Should have paid to run back and grab everyone.
So the door is open. Landgrave is sat at his desk. It looks like he's just sat down. He's got a cup of tea and what looks to be sort of some kind of sandwich for his breakfast as he sits down. And you just kind of all walk in. He's like, "Hey, okay. I just got here, but you know, fine. Good morning."
If you want to have your
Morning.
tea first, that's
No,
fine.
no, it's fine. And he'll sort of drink it, looking in your direction like, okay, this early in the morning.
Didn't we sleep till like 3 p.m. though?
It's morning for him.
Maybe he's a night dweller. We'll call it that. Lab's dying. Are you good, babe?
Hey, lad.
Right,
Sure,
why are you in my office? What do you want? You just walk in. You just waltz in now. Is that just sort of?
No, well, the kobold said that you were in, and we thought we'd pay you a
Of course, he
visit.
fucking did. All right. It's just kind of. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So, a small favor. Actually, a question / query. We heard a couple of rumors about an information circuit beneath the city. Wondering if you know anything about it. We're looking for a guide, possibly a way in.
He kind of looks down at the papers in front of him, takes a sip of his tea. It's yeah, I could tell you.
You could.
How about we do a favor for a favor?
What, we're not friends? Friends tell each other information.
Friends don't do a single job for me and then fuck off, I guess. So
I mean,
no,
we
you're
came
not
back,
quite
didn't we?
there yet. You're not there yet, though.
What kind of favor?
The situation in the Abba district's getting worse, and I want somebody to go and have a look.
Which one? The vampires or the sickness?
From what I've heard, the sickness? Question mark? I think they might be something. They might be tied together in some way, but I'm not sure.
Ymir perks up. Just looks in the general direction of the conversation. She's locked in.
So you want us to just go into the Amber District, look around, and come back?
Pretty much.
They have a library there.
We could check out the library.
I do love the library. We could do some research on your 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘏. Maybe they have some laws or travel guides and whatnot.
Yeah, possibly.
So,
I mean, I'm fine with it. Kaiden?
I get to read.
Kate,
Huh?
What's-
I wasn't really listening.
Kate, what's the kindred of ass?
What?
Of ass. She's like looking back for us, just not realizing they're looking at him. The kindred of ass. It's what Sinza's looking for.
Yeah.
Ass.
Yeah.
Is there like a broth
That too.
here or something?
Pardon?
She looks back, notices that everyone's like looking. Never mind. Yeah, no, fine. It's good. Yep, I like books. I like reading. Yep.
You can read.
I also like reading.
Yes,
But big man, I'm pretty sure you can't read. So,
Thank you.
he kind of looks in your direction like, hey, that's proof of it. All right. If you just go and scout out, find out what the fuck is going on, and come back.
Do you have any connections there that we can check in on or talk to? Maybe your scouts has. Do you have scouts there? We could check in with and be like, "Hey, we're friends with Landgrave," and
I sent in a pair, twins, hard to miss. You see them with they'll have the green on. I sent them to a hospital in the center of the Amber District called the House of Kinship. If you want to go and check in there, just see what they've been up to because they haven't come back.
so you sent twins to a hospital in a plague-ridden place. Okay.
I don't know how bad this plague is. I mean, if it's that bad, it would have spread over here by now.
Can we
The
disinfect
information
it?
I was able. What?
Can we disinfect it?
Disinfect a plague?
If someone gets
Heard
infected,
maggots help.
they do help.
I mean, I don't know if it can be cured. I don't know if this is something that's just a, because magical healers do crazy shit. All right, I'm not one of those people. I can barely tape up a wound if somebody gets hurt. That's why I have people to do it for me. But if you can figure out anything, if you can figure out where my scouts are, then grand. That would be really helpful. And then I can pull some strings and get you in. The divide is not an easy place to get an invite to.
Well, we appreciate it. Did you end up finding anything out about that guy who we brought back?
Oh, we had a good chat. I'd like all of you to make me a perception check, please.
My perception is trash.
My perception is good, but I got a 6.
I got a 10.
4.
24.
Oh my god.
How?
The blind lady?
Perception of 5, and I just rolled a 19.
All of you are just kind of looking at Landgrave like, okay. Ymir, you can smell just a very faint hint of metal on the air around him. This metallic scent. You recognize it easy as blood. You can't see him particularly well, but you can certainly smell it.
Okay.
Yeah, he told me that the groups they've been sending along my borders have been a distraction.
What do you mean by distraction?
See, that's what I'm trying to find out, because he was pretty tight-lipped, even after a bit of encouragement. But, my thoughts are they're trying to distract us from what's happening in other districts.
You mentioned that last time as well.
If they picked off the Brotherhood of Sabers, then we're next. They're trying to keep us from helping our brothers in Amber. I haven't heard from the Brotherhood in a long time, and that makes me think that they've already done it.
Oh. Well, I guess we gotta go investigate then. See what's going on.
Alright. Leave me to my tea.
What are you eating?
A sandwich.
Can I have half?
No. Get out of my office.
Worth a
I
shot.
have all.
No, big man. Get out.
Leaves.
Thank you, Grave.
Tanya.
He looked at you. Said, I'm sorry. What was that?
Yes!
I said Landgrave.
Roll me a deception check.
You fuckers, I didn't even mean that.
We did it, Dex. We did it.
Wait.
May I approach the bitch? What did you say? I said, may I approach the bench? What do you think I
Oh,
said?
my D&D Beyond is frozen. I can't see what my stats are. Deception. Oh no. Okay, please. No. 7.
Oh.
Get out of my office.
Okay.
Just skedaddles out.
He's doing me a favor. I'm not fucking with him.
Don't even know the man's name, Sinza. Wow.
You have been putting stuff in my mind all morning, and I couldn't keep a straight face looking at him.
As per usual, Ymir will do the iconic, just specifically towards the direction, not at the kobold, but like beside him, just like, and then just head out.
Why do you keep yawning around me? It's making me yawn.
It's an Asmodean greeting, don't worry about it.
Did I make you yawn, perhaps? Yeah. Okay, so you guys...
Toby, before we leave, can I walk
Yeah.
over to the lizard folk and the woman, is it?
Yeah.
And just sort of walk up and say, hello. Sorry to intrude. I just have a question, is all. Right, so Landgrave has given us a job to go check out the Amber district, I think it was. And we're looking for twins that got sent to the House of Kinship. What do the twins look like? He seemed to not want to tell us that.
They kind of look
Just
at each
a
other.
race?
They look at each other and sort of like mutter as if they're trying to figure out who. Like, they're called Hallie and Sam, and they're 2 half elves.
Hallie and Sam?
Yes. And they've got sort of short, curly blonde hair. Quite pale, not particularly tall. Brown eyes. Yeah. Hopefully that helps you. They haven't been back in a while.
No, so we heard. We're gonna see if we can find them. Bring them home. What not?
Be careful in the Amber District.
Why?
Yeah, have you not heard the rumors?
Is this about the plague?
I mean, yeah, that's a big problem too. But there's people getting snatched off the streets.
Really?
Yeah.
Any bite marks on anyone at all?
I don't know the details.
Oh,
Like
okay.
bite marks.
Yeah, I've heard there's rumors going on. It's crazy.
Bite marks? What do you mean bite marks?
I don't know. People get bit.
What?
It's a savage place, this world. It's crazy.
They look really confused as to what you're talking about.
Listen, all I'm saying, I was walking down the street the other day. Some guy tried to bite my neck. It was crazy.
They're kind of looking at each other like, is this dude okay? Okay. Yeah, just be careful in the Amber District. Okay.
Okay. So I'm looking for 2 half-orcs. Got it. Thank you. And he'll just walk
Elves.
away.
Elves.
Orcs, got it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh god. So you head out. So you're heading back out into the city. Where are you going first?
Sinza, where are we going?
Do we want to get any supplies or anything? This is out of character. Do we want to get supplies or anything before we head in here, or do we want to just bamboozle our way through?
The only thing I could think of, if we want to be like smart about this, is getting like antidotes or some kind.
Maybe some rations. We don't know if we're going to get trapped anywhere underground where we need access to food.
Sure.
Possibility.
I'm immune to poison, so like, I'm fine.
Oh, you can suck out the poison then.
Yeah.
I'm a good old suck, I'll tell you that.
You fucking dick.
What?
I've already got the giggles, please. I'm trying to stay in character, you fucking dick.
Where'd you get bit? I'll suck.
Okay, right. So are you going to get supplies of any kind?
No,
And
we've got
rations.
Lyre. Lyre will just suck it out.
Yeah, I think you make a good point, Dex. I think we should get some rations. If we can find like a herb. Is it a herbologist? I forget the name, the technical term. Just someone who deals with like plants and can create antidotes or like immunities to certain things. Because if we're going up against some sickness, it might be an idea to just be prepared. As Scott once said.
Have any in character, have any of you dealt with plague or sickness before? Something that in your history you did to prevent sickness?
Lots in the forests. But we had lots of healers and herbs and antidotes, depending what it was.
Okay. We're just thinking us trying not to catch it while we're there.
It depends what it is. If it's natural, I don't know. Otherwise, I've got migraine. If like,
I'm sorry, what are you implying?
if you don't want to get infected, and it's on your arm or your leg, and we can just.
Oh, you're just gonna cut my arm off.
Not ideally, no. But just in case.
Thanks, Kaiden.
You're welcome.
Shall we go find a herbologist?
Yeah, heading back to the trade district.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Doesn't take you again super long, maybe about an hour's walk, for you to head back into the trade district. Again, it just seems like this place is permanently busy, but you are clearer on what you're looking for this time. Kaiden, you see the stall again of the the poachers as you walk past it. Make me a whiz save.
Uh-oh. You'll get your boy.
Not too bad. $15.
Okay. You're able to kind of grit your teeth and keep your head turned away. As you walk past, you've got other important things to focus on right now. This would be a messy business in a public place. So you manage to kind of keep your head screwed on as you head through town. I'd like everyone to roll me, let's say, an investigation check.
That's an
Natural
8.
20. For a total of 23.
17.
17.
Okay. and Kaiden?
Oh, I said 8.
Oh dear. Okay, Kaiden, you're
familiar
more
with this
focused on kind of keeping your head screwed on at the
It's
moment.
just the occasional fucking side eye to that stool.
Yeah, bombastic side eye.
Bombastic side.
As the three of you, Ymir, via spirits pointing, you kind of catch visions of people who are kind of pointing you in a specific direction. They seem aware of where you're going, and they're trying to help you. As you are all kind of able to come across this strange little store on a corner of an alleyway. It seems like some sort of curiosity store with a lot of very brightly coloured little jars with varying herbs in the window. It smells very intense. It's like very intense medicinal kind of herbal smell coming from the doorway. It's also one of the only shops that is a building rather than a store. It's got sort of a stone pathway on the outside and a green wooden exterior with Kathleen's Curiosities written over the top.
Is that Kathleen? Did you say?
Kathleen, yeah.
Kathleen with a K?
Yeah.
Is it large enough for us all to go in, or is it fairly small?
You're gonna have to duck to get in the doorway, but the inside it seems pretty spacious.
You doing it? Are you going in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'll start making my way over.
Well, you don't have to duck in the doorway. You have a nice, easy walk in. But the smell really does hit you like a brick wall as you walk in.
Fuck! Ah!
Eyes burning.
Ah!
It's like walking into a bath store where all they use is bleach. It is intense. It's like, oh golly. For Dex specifically / our English speaking or like English friends, it's like walking into Lush. That is exactly what it is. It's just this fucking really intense.
Do you aunties like snakes kind of like taste with their tongue like the air and stuff? Like, is it worse?
Ah. A little bit. Like
It's
Lyre walks
intense.
in and turns. Lyre walks in and turns and just goes. Potent.
You see sat on a very tall sort of stool behind a counter is the tiniest little old woman you've ever seen in your life. She seems to be a gnome with a rather large nose and large ears and a puff of white curly hair. With these gigantic glasses that seem to make her eyes just absolutely huge. And as you say potent, she kind of looks in your direction. You're met with these gigantic buggy eyes, and she's like,
Oh, a customer.
Kathleen, I assume.
Hello, dearie.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, your store is strong with scent.
It is. I don't smell things much anymore.
Can't imagine why.
I don't think I can smell anything.
Kathleen, we're looking for, hi, we're looking for, herbs or potions you might have that could counteract sicknesses of sorts.
Oh, okay.
She kind of turns on her stool. You realize that the stool has like tiny wheels, and she just uses her cane to push herself on the stool
Yo,
over to
that's
the
awesome.
over
What the
to
fuck?
like shelves. She begins to kind of fumble through a few of the shelves. She looks at the jars and then kind of like,
No, not that one.
she goes to the next one, until she comes back with a couple of bottles of sort of a pale green liquid with a small white flower in the bottom of the jar that seems to have been soaking in it, and she places it on the table.
These are antidotes, dearie.
Right. For any specific poison at all, or for just anything really?
They're quite generic. They should work for most things.
Right. Okay. Friends? And he'll sort of turn back and look at you three.
Sinza's eyes are just watering, and she's like staring like front forward. She's not there. She's just trying not to like lose it in this store.
Kaiden's like near the door. He's occasionally like.
Yeah, whatever you want, Lyre. It's fine.
Question, DM. As someone who rolled rather high with a medicine check and was able to notice the boils and notice the side effects of said disease, with my knowledge as essentially a practitioner of medicine and other stuff, would I be able to determine if there were any herbs or any sort of remedies that might do better than just a cured, like an antidote at all? Can I roll something for that?
Roll me another medicine check at advantage because you are a medic.
Nerd.
It's kind of your remit.
Okay, that's a lot better. Okay. 24.
24. Okay. You'd know that an antidote won't do it for something like this. Antidotes are specifically for a poison, and this is a disease. It's unlike the disease that you were looking at. These symptoms you were taking in is unlike any kind of disease that you've seen before. And you have studied a lot of diseases, which again, you get the same feeling that this is some level of a man-made illness, and you don't know if there's going to be a cure for that.
Would there be anything that could at least dull the pain slightly?
If you give me a moment and talk amongst yourselves, I will double check.
So I'm just saying we kill her.
Why? She's so sweet. Not the old people.
I'm down.
I don't know.
No.
Why?
No.
No.
For
no.
power.
What power.
Our YouTube monetization,
Stab
Jade.
him.
Put it away. Jesus
Stab him with the
Christ.
tooth to see what happens.
I'm just saying. We also asked this lady for like vampire like stuff. Like, what keeps vampires away?
Yo, you got
What if
some
she is a
garlic?
vamp?
Like-
something that'll keep away foul beasts, please.
Yeah.
Just like
Also about
a
vampires, just like,
crucifix,
what did you say?
holy
Just jumps at you.
water.
Holy water.
Okay. With that roll, you'd know that generally, based on these symptoms, you'd assume something along the lines of a greater or above healing potion could have lessen the symptoms or lessen the effects of it. And you know it could be cured with restorative ointment, but that is pricey and hard to make.
Ymir is sort of taking this into account and just sort of excuse me there.
Oh,
Oh,
hello, dear. Hello.
strong here. Hi. My friends are looking for something to deal with a disease, but from my knowledge, do you have by chance potions, healing potions of some sort? Um,
Healing. Oh, yes, yes.
And she starts to kind of rotate background and wheel her way over to the shelves. And there's this crank on the side of this stool. This stool does not look particularly stable, but she begins to kind of pull the crank. She just starts to move up and up and up and up so she can reach the higher shelves without getting up. And she's dangling pretty high, like she's above head height on Sinza. And she is rummaging through a few of the shelves. And then she pulls the crank back down, just thump, 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 as she comes back down, rotates back around,
Yes, I have some of these.
and she places down a handful of your standard healing potions, and 2 greater healing potions.
how much would be the, the greater healing potions?
There's 150 gold pieces each.
Okay. And your standard potions?
It is 40 gold pieces.
40 gold pieces. Just, if you could give me a moment, ma'am, so I may converse with my friends, so that way you could sort of take a moment to rest, and we will be able to order everything at once.
See her pull from underneath the desk. She's kind of nodding at you while you're talking, and unscrews like a hip flask, and just begins to drink from it.
Oh, good heavens. So, hello everyone. So I looked into it. I remember what I was able to encounter from last night, and again, antidotes won't do it. I've studied diseases as part of my research, and I've seen nothing like those boils before. Something tells me that this is a man-made disease, which means if it is a new disease, there is nothing, there is no 100% solution to solving it. But greater healing potions might reduce the amount of pain someone may feel, but it is a bit pricey, even for someone like me. I think we're either. I think the safest bet is to get potions to at least heal ourselves on the slight possibility that I and I hope not that I run out of magic to heal any of you, or perhaps we could ask her about. I don't know. Um, how do you have anything to deal with vampires? I'm sure she'll have something. What are vampires afraid of? Doorways, commitment. I don't. I'm not too sure. But that is where I'm at.
All right. I personally do not have the money for those potions, nor am I willing to really give up my entire coin purse for it.
Okay.
But if we can ask about the vampire stuff, she might know something we don't know.
Okay.
But
Then
Maybe we don't. Maybe we just like it's like a curiosity thing, less than like a there's vampires in the city. We need these supplies so we don't
right.
freak her out.
I got this. I got this.
you don't want to cause panic?
No, not right now.
No.
Okay.
I got this. I think I know how to do this. Trust me.
Oh,
Okay.
Ymir will go over to the gnomish lady. Excuse me.
Hello, dearie.
Hi there. On top of being the medical professional of this group, I also happen to be a bit of an author, one would say. A a writer of some sort. And I like to tell stories, write stories down, and you look like a knowledgeable woman, and I'd love for you to give me some information that you might know that could help me in my writing. So I'm writing a, she looks around, a vampire romance novel, and I am reaching a part of the chapter where um, this teenage vampire is coming across things that could potentially hurt them. So, do you know what would hurt a vampire by chance?
Oh dear, I had a vampire lover back when I was your age.
Ymir's locked in.
she's like going a little red in the cheeks. She's like,
He was rather lovely. But I do hear some things, don't you know? Oh, that holy water, as they do in the churches, it does nothing at all.
Uh-huh.
And people kept trying to throw this water on him, and it just made him wet.
Right. Uh-huh.
But silver, no, that is the dangerous one.
Hey,
He could
Right.
not carry any silver coins, don't you know?
Oh, okay.
And silver burns them. And back when I was young, there were many vampires running around in the city and under the city. And they were,
and she takes another sip of her drink. And you can smell the alcohol. It's strong alcohol she's got in this thing. Possibly a brandy of some kind. She's chugging that.
yes, no, holy symbols and holy water. People seem to think that they'll do something, and then they don't. But no, silver. People have been making silver dust and putting it in their pockets so they can throw it at vampires to keep them away from them.
Uh-huh.
And so it works.
Uh-huh. I have a question. What happened between you and this vampire lover?
Oh, well, when the city got to it, it was a bad time back when I was young. There were wars happening in the city, and it was forbidden for me and my love to be together. But it's okay now because they decided to cull quite a lot of them, and unfortunately, he was one of them. Oh dear!
And she drinks some more.
But you know how it is. I never married again, and yes. Well, I do hope that you enjoy your romance novel, my dear.
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I will send you the first copy. What was your name by chance? I'm sorry.
Kathleen, dearie.
Kathleen. Very good. Well, you'll be the first one to receive my novel, Red Light. Um, yes.
That sounds wonderful. I
Yeah.
do find it quite hard to read nowadays, though, so if you could make sure it's nice big letters.
Absolutely. I'll pictures and everything. And on the topic of silver dust, do you by chance know where we can get silver dust?
I have some oils that I put silver shavings into to make your blade hit a little bit harder against specifically vampires, because I got told by the watch that I had to do that, or else they would be mad at me for finagling with a vampire. But I can go and get it for you. Give me a moment.
How
She
much would
turns
that
around
be?
and suddenly begins wheeling away.
Yeah, she got some vampire dick back in the day. I'm just saying.
Twilight, dig down.
The way she's talking about it, bro. Fucking hell.
Takes her a moment. She comes back and she places this one vial of almost like it's like a thick clear liquid that is full of little sparkly pieces of silver. And she places it down in front of you. She's like,
Well, for you, my dear, because of the nature of your studies, perhaps I can do you a bit of a deal.
That would be so lovely.
And
she takes another sip from this fucking hip flask.
20 gold.
Oh, perfect. That's great. And this is the only one you do have, correct?
Unfortunately, for the time being, but perhaps I will have some more.
And I will give you a draft of what I have next time I see you.
Oh, that would be wonderful, dearie. Would you like some?
She offers you the hip flask.
Well, unfortunately, as a medical professional, I have to not be influenced by the spirits. But next time, I will definitely take you up on that offer.
Okie dokie.
Chugs. She like tilts her head back to finish off whatever's left in this bottle.
Ymir will give 20 gold coins and take the vial.
Okay. You get given an oil of silver coating.
Oh, cool. And you said silver coins will work as well against them, hypothetically speaking?
Yes, it'll do just a little bit of flair,
Right.
If you slap one across the cheek, it's certainly going to leave a mark.
Very. That's. I'll put that down in my book. Ymir quickly turns back to the party, just like for a brief second. Thank you so much for your time. You're lovely.
Oh, you're always welcome back, dear. Goodbye.
Okay, thank you. Ymir will quickly turn around, look at the party.
As you head
Kaiden's
back
already near
outside,
the door.
oh my god. It is just this breath of fresh air.
I thought I was gonna pass out. What happened?
can
But
still
how is
taste it in the
there?
back of your mouth. It's just unpleasant.
God, I miss the forests.
Okay, so learned quite a bit about Kathleen. Yeah, she had vampire lover. Really sad, but I have
How-
this now. Huh?
Nothing. Move on.
Well, you're an author?
No,
Can I
no.
read some
books?
of your writings? I'm very curious.
She was totally telling the truth, but she's like lying right now. No, 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 no. But
She writes
that's
fan
besides,
fiction, let's be real.
Yeah.
that's besides the point. Look here, I have silver coating. Put this on your weapons; it will hurt them a lot more. And also, apparently, silver coins also hurt them. So I guess now I have a use for my silver because I only carry typically gold. So we could just throw it at their faces.
What if we go to like a blacksmith and we smelt down some silver into like brass knuckles for like Kaiden?
Oh, that would be good.
Silver brass knuckles, you just fucking hit one of them. Ow. But
Ymir quickly raised her hand all out of instinct. Ow, just like.
I'm fine.
It's like hitting Caiden's arms.
Well, here's the question: the silver coating, is that multiple uses or just one?
Damn. The one use.
You look at there's a little tag on it,
Well, Ymir
and it
can't.
says that it is 3 uses.
It's can you? She flips it around, and it will probably read 3 uses.
Does an extra d8 of fire damage on a hit for 1 minute while it is applied to your weapon.
Wow, that would be great for you two. But Kaiden, silver brass knuckles. I'm just saying.
That sounds really good.
It
Well-
sounds pretty tough. You would look really cool.
Or I could just like dip my hand in it and just grab them.
That's what I'm saying.
If they go to bite us, we could just coat our necks and then they just take
Oh
damage.
yeah, we could just a little dab.
Yeah, just like little dabs, like
Just a little dab.
It's
on
like
it.
cologne.
like
Yeah.
cologne. Yeah. If we put it in a spray
So-
bottle, do you think we can like spray it?
Back demon, you know.
Yeah.
Guys, as lovely as this may sound for my future endeavors as an author, maybe we can go to a blacksmith and probably get those if they can, if anything.
I don't have any silver.
I don't have a lot of silver on me.
Fuck. And okay, then we have this. It's fine. It's cool. And then we'll just make sure.
I mean, we could possibly go to a shop and see if we could exchange a gold for some silver. And you'd be willing to carry that, wouldn't you, Ymir?
Sure.
Toby, quick one. Can Kaiden just go through his rock collection real quick and see if he has any silver or anything? Or any like unrefined ore?
Shout. What the? That'd be amazing.
He might have maybe some unrefined ore at least. I don't know.
Roll
We just
me
watched
a...
Caden crouch in the street.
He's just
Pull out
taking
his
out
rocks.
rocks and stuff.
Yeah, roll me a d20, and if you hit an 11 or higher, you do, and if you hit a 10 or lower, you don't.
Ah.
Inspiration. Oh, you don't have it.
Nah.
Fuck.
I don't have inspiration either.
Yeah, are you pulling these rocks out and like putting them on the floor, or is you're kind of like...
Just a couple at a time, putting them back, taking some more out. I don't know if
Okay.
anyone else notices
kind of
anything.
squat on the
doing?
pavement,
Yeah.
like pulling these out?
Um,
Can you describe what some of your rocks look like?
So some of them are kind of like just random. Some of them are just nicely shaped rocks. Like if you went to a beach and found like a cool shaped rock. Some of them are like the witch stones where they've got like a natural hole in them, or like pieces of random ores, just like unrefined pieces just been ripped out of the ground. Some have mud on it and roots, and some of them have like weird coloration veins on them. There's a couple that have like these very bizarre kind of patterns, like a shimmer over the rock, like purples and greens and stuff. So it's just like a big mix of all kinds of different things. There's probably even like a fossil in there.
Yeah,
What are you looking
you
for,
just
Caden?
kind of...
Oh, thought maybe I'd have some like silver or at least ore, but
Oh, do you?
no, no, I don't think so. But need to get some for the collection at some point.
Did we want to go to the blacksmith and see if they have anything made of silver?
That's a good shout.
They might have some silver they could melt down as well. So
It's worth the shot.
I'm just saying, silver ball bearings in a small tunnel. Tripping over vampires with silver ball bearings.
Yes. Let us go. Ymir's gonna step forward. Doesn't know what direction. She's gonna go wherever.
Okay.
If we do a spray bottle, could we just spray the floor and walls so they can't walk on it?
that would be graffiti. That's against the law.
Oh, right.
Do I see a blacksmith anywhere, DM?
Roll me a perception check, let's say.
Lava, you okay? You seem to be giggly.
I'm still continuing the giggles that I had last night, so. Shit, 18.
You see down the road, there's a sign with an anvil on the outside, and it seems it looks like it could be a blacksmith.
Sinza will kind of like point to the group and like gently grab Ymir by her like upper arm and just kind of point her towards that direction. Blacksmith is this way.
You just begin walking. As you get slightly further down the road and have a look at it, you see it's got a bigger sign on the outside that says the Steel Shoe. And there is inside a pair of about mid-sized, kind of mid-height humans, one of which is very hefty, quite an overweight fellow with a large brown apron, a gigantic beard, and eyebrows that it's just one giant monobrow on the top of his head. It's so heavy you can barely see his eyes, but he seems to be smithing something as you approach.
Hi, gents. How are we?
Hi.
We're in the market for some silver. You don't happen to have any on you?
Yeah.
Silver weapons. Oh, you do? What kind of silver weapons do you have?
Daggers.
How much do they run for?
50 gold apiece.
Team?
I have.
Well, my friend said something about silver knuckle dusters.
Are you saying that to them? You're asking about?
Yeah, I'm looking to lie. I'm like, do you have any silver weaponry?
I do not. I'm coming to realize we need some fucking money.
I could. This.
Well, we had the idea, if we gave you a specific amount of silver, or if you had silver that you could melt down and transform into brass knuckles, is that a thing you could do?
There won't be brass.
I thought it was
There'll be silver.
Silver knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much?
How much of the essays?
He turns around to look at the other person, and they kind of skitter over. They're kind of a dark-skinned human, kind of androgynous figure, short, curly hair, and they smile at you and they, "Hi, sorry, he's not really good at the talking part. So could you? What was that? Could you repeat that?"
So we're curious if you have an amount of silver, or if we can bring you an amount of silver that you could melt down and turn into brass/silver knuckles.
Silver knuckle dusters.
Knuckle dusters.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. For who?
Big man.
points at the
Hey,
sky.
Kaiden, do you have a glove?
No, I don't. I don't have a glove. No.
Okay, that's fine. I can take your measurements. She kind of thinks, or they think for a moment. If you bring us the silver, I can make them at a discount. If not, you can give us the gold to cover the cost of the silver. You'd be looking at about 100 gold with if you just gave it to us straight. But if you were getting us the silver, we do it for half
Right.
price.
Okay. Yeah, guys, we need some fucking money.
How much money do you guys have?
9 gold?
Oh. Lord.
Okay, Ymir, let's calm down.
Yeah, she immediately, as you say, like, I have like 9. You mean, ugh.
How much did you have?
Not a lot. I mean, I only have 50 gold pieces.
That's more
What?
money than I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's a
Should
lot,
we
right?
rob Ymir? This is what I'm
She looks the other direction. Do it! Oh, sorry.
Just palm her face.
Every time
I'll
they face in
turn
the wrong
back.
way, Cage just like faces in the right way.
I'll turn back to the blacksmith. Sorry to waste your time. We will just see if we can find some silver, and we will bring it back. We're a
Where's
bit short on
silver?
funds right
Yeah.
now. Not you. Talking to the other one. And like,
How much silver did we need?
Fuck's
We
that
need about-
supposed to mean?
what? Oh, for fuck.
Let's not start fights in the blacksmith where we're surrounded by weapons.
I'm just frustrated. We don't have any
I know,
fucking
I'm
money.
sorry.
You don't have any fucking money. But anyways,
I
how much silver
kill
did
you.
Do it, bitch. How many silver did you need particularly to get the half off?
Look at it. 2 ingots. 1 for each hand.
I'll give you a fucking ingot.
Lyre,
You want to fucking have me, boy? I'll fight you, boy. I'll fight you by now. I'm a fucking tavern boy. I'll fucking have you. You ain't fun. You ain't fun. And the other lady
Rape
kind of
him.
like.
calm down. Let's all calm down. Let's all calm down.
Sorry, he gets quite protected. Sorry. About
Really?
that. Yeah. This is why I do the talking.
Right.
I'll try to. Don't I, Dad? Yeah. And they sigh. Sorry. Things like that.
You're fine. I'm an asshole.
Give me a second while I respond to this question.
Yeah.
I love this group. This is such a...
Herding cats.
Okay, so we have no money. We have 1 jar of silver coating.
What if we
What are
mix?
we doing?
What if we mix? If we got like some silver, we could mix it with maybe one of the ores I have.
Do we have the means to crush the silver coins we already have?
Have you seen his muscles?
Yes.
No.
We'll just put it in.
What if... How much silver would we need to be basically making ink? Well, no, that's I don't know anymore at that point.
Yeah, how much silver, like, coins makes an ingot?
Yeah, I'm terrible at math. Probably have
Let me
the
look
amount.
that up.
To Google, away!
Let me
Fantasy
check
Google.
with my silver coins. 1, 2, 3.
Love, you want to Sour Patch Kid?
Wait, Kane, when did you get silver? When did you get silver coins? You don't have silver coins.
No, I gave him my silver coins because I don't like to
Well-
carry silver. Not
I think
because
you
I'm a
gave them to
vampire, but
Lyre.
because I
That was
refuse to be
for
poor.
that was for Lanyard.
Huh?
I've got 3 gold. I think it's 3.
Yeah, you got those from Lyre.
3.
We need some fucking money.
Maybe we do jobs after this? Is usually how I get by. Odd jobs.
Yeah, but we have to see your friends, don't we? That's our
Yes.
next step.
Right. Yep.
It's
The ass of kindred. Mm-hmm. The kindred
What?
of ass.
the kindred
I-
of Ash.
Ash. That makes so much more sense
Yes.
now. She reaches into her journal, scratches that
Well,
out.
they may be the
closes it.
kindred of Ass. I maybe.
Keep that in mind.
All right.
So, like, you just. What's that like?
What's
Not
what like?
having money.
But I didn't know about money until recently, so.
I mean, it's kind of like being short-sighted in a sense, I guess.
You know what? Fuck you.
Lyre wraps his arm around Ymir, and he starts walking towards the Amber District.
Yeah, Ymir just goes, we don't have enough money for that shit.
Right, so we're going to take a break there. So
Hey!
we'll be back in 10 minutes or so. As you guys are heading out of the Trade District and into the Amber District, Sinza, you've noticed that Kaiden's taken quite an interest in the jewelry on your horns. He keeps looking at them and then frowning and then looking at you again and then frowning again, as if he's trying to piece something together.
She kind of like leans close to you as we're walking. Can I help you with something?
Huh? What?
Are you just admiring me, or can I help you with something?
Oh, no, it's just your accessories on your horn.
Would you like them?
Well, yeah, they're nice. They just remind me of something. I just can't pinpoint it.
Remind you of what exactly?
Well, I just feel like I've seen those specific ones before, but I'm trying to remember and I can't.
She kind of reaches her hands up and like feels over them. Yeah, I mean, it's just accessories.
Yeah,
Like
it's
earrings.
just- you know when you get like deja vu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
I just get that kind of feeling.
What do you think? You've seen them
Did you
somewhere
just
else
pick up a
before?
stray cat?
Isn't it cute?
Like, can we keep him?
Maybe you saw something similar. Horn jewelry is fairly common.
Yeah. Maybe.
Ken, roll me another history check. 01.
So on. I got -2, so.
Oh, so it's a -1, even better.
-1.
You're looking at it and you're like, shiny, and you
Shiny.
slowly, like, your
It's
brain's slowly
so
going from
strong.
focusing to, oh, as it, like, as she's like tilting her head, it's catching the light, and you're like, ooh, pretty.
I completely lost my train of thought.
It's fine. Maybe you saw someone in the village wearing something similar. Deja vu kind of comes with similar experiences or something you may have seen in the past.
Yeah, probably.
Does anyone in your village wear similar jewelry?
Not many. Maybe my sister, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Has Kaiden mentioned much about his family to Sinza?
Very vague. He hasn't really talked about it unless it's someone asks specifically. You know?
Well, I mean, we've been on the road for how long has it been? Weeks? Months?
Couple weeks.
Couple weeks?
Months, something.
Did you want to write them and tell them where you are? Would they be worried that you're gone? Your sister?
Maybe, yeah. Just, I mean, it's been a lot longer than, months that I've seen them, so.
Well, they won't be worried.
Maybe, but I haven't seen them in a long time, and I'm not really sure where they are right now.
Not in your village?
Hopefully. But
Why
I
don't you?
don't know. Maybe.
Did something happen?
Yeah. A few things.
Did you want to talk about it?
Not here. Maybe later.
Couple glasses of mead and story time.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
You notice that the busyness has begun to thin out as you enter the Amber District. The people are becoming more scarce, and the air is a bit heavier. You see a couple of people on the streets who it just doesn't seem to line up. Like that they're kind of sat there, not looking particularly well, but not showing the symptoms of this disease per se. You've seen guards who are wearing some kind of covering over the lower half of their face. Quite a few people are wearing these coverings. As you get deeper into the Amber District, you start seeing body bags. People having been loaded up onto carts. There is a lot of people who have suddenly dropped dead here, it seems. There are people sat in the streets. There's bones in the streets. There are everything just sort of seems a bit dimmer compared to the rest of Sihonos. It's almost like a different city. And as you draw in, the rain begins to pick up just a little bit more. You get to where you had been directed that this hospital has been set up. The place is looking pretty rough, pretty derelict, comparatively to the rest of the city.
Lyre is going to lift his scarf thing up and just put it around his mouth and over his nose.
Sinza follows suit, kind of pulling a spare piece of fabric, and then she hands one to Kaiden and Ymir also.
Wrap it around.
Well, this is a lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. You wouldn't even notice in the Green District this was happening.
Those of you who would like to roll me a perception check, please.
Sure.
Are you kidding me? It's 1.
Dice jail for you.
Dice jail.
18.
18.
11.
Okay. Ymir, you're focused on the fact that this street is full of spirits. Full. It's almost like it's like the trade district. It is busy here, but it's not at the same time. They are clear visages of people of all ages, of all species, all of them just sort of stood or sat or just milling around as if they don't know where to go. Kaiden, you are just focused on trying to tie this fabric around your face. Whereas Lyre and Sinza, as you're walking through town, there are these sigils that have been drawn with chalk onto certain doors. It's a white chalk that has a very kind of similar repeating pattern on each of these. Both of you two, if you'd like to roll me Arcana, you can try and figure out what they mean.
Toby, can I roll something? I don't know what to roll, but I feel like Kaiden's kind of drawn to the tree, wondering if this stuff affects any kind of life, like even plant life.
Roll me a nature check. I'll do these two first, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
11.
11?
16.
Okay. Sinza, you're somewhat familiar with this. You recognize the chalk. You know that this was drawn on with arcane chalk, which is a chalk specifically made for runic spell circles. Somehow like different colors mean that they're able to do different things. Lyre. This is definitely arcane chalk. You have used this before. It is a pretty common one. The white chalk is quite easy to get your hands on. It is a warding circle. Whatever is in these houses is being kept inside.
Okay. Lyre will just sort of look concerned. You see his head sort of tilt a little bit, and he just starts reading past the wards and sort of just speaks under his breath like, chalk could work. That could come in handy. It would have to be a specific type of chalk, not this chalk, different chalk. But that could work.
Do you see something, Lyre?
Yeah, yes, sorry. These are warding runes. They are used with this one specifically, and the others on the doors are used to keep whatever's inside. And I'm assuming, due to the bodies, it might be those of the either sick or those who are yet to get sick, and they are doing their best to isolate.
Well, let's not Girl Scout and go door knocking.
I don't think that would be smart, no. I forgot about this chalk, though. It could come in handy.
Dex, what was your nature roll?
12.
A 12. I mean, the state of this tree, it's not the first one you've seen walking through the Amber District either. There have been a few that look like they have been untended, that have been left to die. You're unsure if this disease can affect natural sources as well as people. But it seems unusual that the rest of the city is green, and here isn't. It doesn't seem like all of the wildlife / nature flora around here is being affected by it. There are a couple of still green bushes. Some of the grass and the moss under feet and between the cracks in the earth is still green, but there are patches of it that have died, like beyond saving sort of stuff.
Ymir,
Hmm.
do you think this stuff could infect plants?
Can I make a medicine check? Or
You can indeed, yeah.
anything from what I know?
Kaiden would describe the tree and what he's seeing.
I got a 13.
This illness has been engineered. It's likely that it could have been engineered to affect flora as well. You're not sure though.
Well, if my theory is correct, and that this disease is not of a natural origin. It could possibly affect nature, like what you are describing, but I'm not too sure.
Right. Okay. Just a bit concerning when this gets out of the sea.
Yes. Yeah. As I'm looking around and I notice the spirits that are roaming around. Can I make a perception check to see if any of them garner my attention at all? If there's anything that stands out?
Yeah, if any stand out, sure.
Uh, 9.
They all look like your standard sort of citizens. Some are wearing guard uniform. Some, the only ones that really begin to stand out to you is they're wearing these orange cloaks. With a symbol that you don't recognize over the cloak. But I will send you what that symbol looks like.
Awesome sauce.
Awesome.
This is what you see.
Can I sort of like reach into my sketch pad or like my journal that I have and like do a rough
to draw it out.
illustration? Yeah. And then
You are able to kind of figure it out. Yeah. So the spirits that Ymir can see are clear, as if they are the same way that you can see people.
So the spirits
she can
have
see spirits
have
very
that.
clearly.
Okay.
Yeah, but she can't see what is in this plane as well as you can.
Is there anyone alive that has that kind of symbols here?
As you're looking around, roll me a perception check.
I'm like, that dice better not fuck me.
she'll sort of share
Yes,
this
stop
with the
using
party.
that one. Dex.
It's not a one. It's not a one. Okay, it is not a one. How?
It's still not good though, is
I got a
it?
10. I got a 10 total. I rolled a natural 6.
Ah. It's a bad night
Okay.
for you, bud, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fun. Still fun.
Okay. So it doesn't look like anyone's wearing anything with that sigil as Ymir holds it up. You don't see any sigils on the walls. You don't see anything printed of this. Not out here. Seems like the people out here are dotted around. You've got a couple of guards in front of the larger building with the open door, but no one's wearing this symbol.
Okay. But I do see the colors that they're wearing, correct?
Yes.
Can I make a history check to determine if because I know I spoke to the tavern people before where they were going over the colors by association. Am I going to be able to use my knowledge of that if I roll well enough in history?
I'd say you wouldn't need to roll, because you have been told that the Brotherhood of Sabers wear orange.
Okay. Sort of piecing it together. They are part of the Brotherhood. The ones that landfill was trying to get a hold of.
Do we want to investigate the hospital as well, see if anyone in there is wearing the same sigils?
Do we want to investigate the hospital?
We're looking for the twins, right? They were in the hospital.
Yeah, but like,
Well, you can stay out here if you want, Lyre.
are you fucking kidding? I'll die out here. I'll die in there too, but at least I'll have company.
Well, then two of us can stay out here. One of us. I will
So
be
we
with
just
you
stupid.
out here.
Or are we all going at once?
We're all going together.
Nothing
I'm just
makes you happy,
scared.
Lyre. I don't know.
I'm
what to
just
offer to
scared.
you. Okay, don't be scared.
I'm gonna take out some moss and hand it to him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
stress ball.
It's a stress ball of moss, yeah.
Fantastic. So, are you all heading into the hospice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that-
So as you walk forward,
Sinza's idea.
Do you want me to hold your hand, big baby?
No, I have my stress ball.
Okay.
So as you walk forward, this hospital looks like it was a church. At one
Oh,
point,
for fuck! That's so cursed. What do you mean?
it was a church at one point and has been converted. There are stained glass windows on the front that have been smashed.
Oh my god.
This place seems like it's been through the fucking ringer. There are a couple of benches outside, one of which is in absolute tatters. As you draw closer to the building, there are a couple of desiccated kind of bodies left out on the side that somebody, one of the acolytes, possibly from within the church, is kneeling down and speaking a prayer to. The smell is intense. It smells like charred body. It smells like some of these bodies are being burnt because they do not know how to deal with the corpses. And if this illness is infectious, best way to get rid of it is to burn it.
Within the church, is there any sign of what god this church belonged to?
Roll me a religion check.
I don't really know gods.
Ooh, 18.
You look up and you can see a figure at the top, like that's hung, almost like a gargoyle on the front of the roof, of a smaller figure holding a bowl in two hands, with a large intricate headdress, and one sort of eye pattern over the front of this almost like faceplate. You recognize it to be Psalm, the goddess of mortality.
What a place to hold the dead. Right.
So
Shall we look for these twins?
Does anyone else just get that creepy vibe though? I mean, this used to be a
Yes.
church.
Oh, mate, I've never seen a church. So, I mean, I've seen, like, temple-y areas, but...
It's kind of like that.
Alright.
Sorry, I just don't like this at all.
It's alright, I can cast Cure Wounds if you get hurt.
Never change, Kaiden. Never change.
So as you walk into the House of Kinship, you are met with a very dark interior. It seems like because these buildings are so crammed together, they don't often get a lot of natural light. There's one large brazier in the center of the room that is lighting a good portion of a desk that is covered, or it was once a bed, covered in potion bottles and bandages and surgery tools. You see that the pews have all been scraped out of the way and placed up against the wall. That this building has seen better days. You can certainly smell corpse as you walk in. You see a small, blonde-haired halfling who has stood by the little makeshift table, sort of pouring it seems like a healing potion into multiple separate bottles, in small doses. They are clean shaven, though most of their lower face is covered with a sort of a blue bandana. Large kind of brown eyes, oversized eyebrows, quite hefty on their forehead. They look utterly exhausted, pale. The simple leather tabard and a blue scapula. Elbow length heavy gloves. It seems they're trying to protect themselves from whatever this is. And belts of various surgeon's tools around their waist. They have a bandolier of bandages that is mostly empty, sort of wrapped around their waist and down one leg. And they lift their head as you walk in. Can I help you?
Hi. Hi, sorry. This place is fucking creepy.
Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. You can't help it. We're looking for twins, half elves. I can imagine you've seen many faces in this place. Can you recall seeing twins? They were half elves. Hallie and Sam were their names. I think they were wearing green last we saw them. Curly blonde hair, brown eyes.
Their face kind of drops. Well, they
Are they
were
dead?
here at one point. They didn't make it.
They're gone?
Sorry to have to tell you.
It's fine.
Did you know them personally?
No.
Oh. Okay. Sorry. It went straight over my head. Aurelio, pleasure.
Hi, I'm Lyre.
I'm
He'll
the
put out
chirurgeon
his
of this
elbow.
hospital. So, he's got a pair of heavy gloves. He kind of...
Cleanliness, you know.
I'm the chirurgeon of this hospital, so I'm
Okay.
making sure that people are, well, trying to figure out what's wrong with them. It's a bit messy around here. Sorry, what business are you? Other than, I suppose you were coming to find, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I haven't slept in like 3 days. I'm
No,
really
you're fine.
tired.
When did this all start happening?
Recently, really recently, only a couple of weeks. It's hit the Amber District like a train.
Wow. Okay. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Stupid patient, zero questions, of course. Do you know how it started?
Well, they look over to two figures sat on one of the pews. Very briefly, before looking back. If you follow the eye line, you see one of the figures is dressed in sort of white and blue. It seems as though they may have been an acolyte of this church prior to the church becoming a hospital. But the other is dressed in orange and dark leathers. And she kind of has her hands in her lap, and she's awkwardly kind of rubbing them together, and they're quietly talking amongst themselves. But Aurelio turns back to you. Well, people started going missing. And then they come back fine, completely fine. They had no memory of what happened to them. They go missing for about a week, and then they come back. Some of them had sort of the early symptoms of this disease. Others didn't show anything at all, and then people everywhere started catching it.
Right.
They seem to have been targeting the Brotherhood. If you are aware of what that is, I assume you are.
Hey.
They started getting picked off. We don't know by what, but they'd come back and they were fine, mostly. I'm starting to think those that got brought back were carriers. Most of the early ones, at the very least. And then once it started to spread, they didn't need to have those carriers as much anymore.
Does that mean there are still carriers out there? Just living?
I mean, there could be. There's no way for us to tell whether or not they've got it until they still start showing signs.
Right, and majority of the people who were taken and were created as carriers were of the sanguine... Oh, sorry, my apologies. Of the Brotherhood.
The Brotherhood.
gonna look
It
over to the
seems that
person
way.
in orange.
She looks fine from a distance. She looks like she's well. Sort of a dark skin, hood over her head. She looks quite nervous. The acolyte next to her is heavily covered up. But yeah, she just seems a bit awkward, rather than anything's particularly wrong with her.
Do you know if she was taken
She's just come back.
from being taken?
Yeah. Unfortunately for us, we're around these people all the time. If we're going to get it, we're going to get it.
Right.
But I've been lucky enough so far that I haven't. It seems like just covering yourself up well enough is good. Works.
Right, good to know. Yeah. Lyre pulls up his shirt a bit more. Pulls it a bit tighter.
We've tried. We've got some restorative magic, so we've been trying recently to use those to at least prevent the carriers from being able to spread it. Seems like that stops the disease in its tracks for a while. But we've only got so much. We're not all magical healers here.
Why not reach out to the other districts for assistance with this if it's spreading so quickly?
Because what if we're carrying it?
There's gotta be ways to get a message out, though.
I mean, if the scouts from... I assume you're Green Company, right?
Free
Not
agents,
exactly.
actually.
Okay, looking for the Green Company scouts. Well, those who have come from the Green Company seem to have been targeted as well. It seems like the two scouts that came here, they were fine when they got here. I don't think they realized just how infectious this stuff can be. But they turned up, and one of them went missing for a few days and came back. They said that they remembered getting here and then nothing else, and then suddenly they were here. It's almost as if those days had just been completely blacked out of their memory, which is confusing. We're not quite sure how that's happening unless they were knocked out. They came back and then suddenly the two of them got very, very sick very quickly. I did everything I could. But there's only so much we can do. We've started referring to the disease as 𝘏𝘪𝘨𝘬𝘧𝘢𝘏𝘪𝘨.
𝘏𝘏𝘪𝘨, was it?
Yeah.
Why that specifically?
Come with me. And Aurelio will lead you over to this figure. Of whom is a sort of a short red-haired dwarf woman who is head to toe covered in these red kind of sores. Bloodshot eyes, bleeding from the eyes. There is these streaks of red down her cheeks. She's babbling incoherently to herself, and sort of a hand is kind of shakily reaching out for the acolyte next to her, who has taken enough of a step back. And the acolyte kind of looks in your direction. Aurelio just sort of points. They get to this stage and then they get weaker and weaker until it just kills them. But I've noticed that after they die, their blood turns black and sticky, and then they start getting back up.
Lyre's just gonna turn like, what are we fucking doing here? Just me? Okay.
It takes a few days, but they
Oh,
do
that's
start
nice.
getting back up.
That's considerate to give us a few days.
I mean, it gives us enough time to burn the bodies, so they don't get back up.
What about the ones that you're not catching, though?
I'm one man.
Question. So the warding circles outside on the doors.
Hmm.
What are they holding in?
Guess.
Are they dead?
They're dead.
So they're probably up and moving.
Oh, they're up and about.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we've done our best to try and quell it as much as we can, but the soldiers that we usually have, the Brotherhood, are not here. Most of them are like her.
Right.
They have eviscerated the entire Brotherhood of Sabers.
Right. Where's my moss?
Kaiden has his own moss at this point.
Okay.
And they were effectively our guarding system. We've had a few people kind of come out of the woodwork saying that they'll try and do their best to take up the role, but there's not enough of us to fend off an entire district of undead.
Right, understand. I don't mean to, dismiss your emotions and whatnot. This is just a lot to take in.
No, I understand. Would you like, let's step back. And Aurelia will take you back to the front to a pew, if you'd like to sit down.
So, after you, Kaiden, please.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, is there a jug, like a big jug of water anywhere nearby?
Yeah, there's a large sink by the door.
Okay. Is there like a jug I can fill up with water?
There's buckets behind it.
Buckets? Okay. I want to do that, fill up with water, and he's gonna attempt, it's a bit out of the spell's normal stuff, but he's gonna attempt to focus to just fill it with leeches that could potentially be used.
Using infestation to get leeches?
Yeah, he's gonna try it. He's gonna really focus because it's not really like leeches in the area, but he's gonna attempt it.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check, and we'll see whether or not this works.
Okay. Let's see what my fucking minus is on Arcana.
PC 13, let's go.
13. Oh. I hit a 13.
Okay, meet and beat.
Okay.
So you're sat with this little bucket of water, and you are desperately trying to kind of reach out for whatever you can to assist you in this moment. As you're conjuring magics that would usually involve a level of rotting, of of infection itself. Between some of the cracks of the woodwork, you see a few sort of creatures begin to crawl out. It's not just leeches. You seem to get a couple of spiders.
Okay.
And there's a few sort of moths that fly up and away. But there are a handful of leeches that do appear to you, and you kind of pick them up and put them in there.
Yeah, just fill the bucket as many as I can.
You get about 20.
20? Okay. I'll bring them back over to Aurelio.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will help, but I've got some leeches. It might help with some blood work.
Oh, no, this is fantastic. Thank you. You're a druid.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that's really helpful. He takes the bucket, kind of immediately skitters over to one of the acolytes, and passes it over. And you watch as the acolyte kind of goes, as they pull one of them out and place it on the dwarven woman, in hopes that it might assist in some way.
Because I know out of character, it can prevent skin tissue death as well. So that might be helpful. I'm hoping.
I'm sorry about the state of the place. I know it's messy. We've done our best, but it just keeps getting kind of worse.
Sure.
Is your friend all right? As he kind of turns his head and looks towards Ymir across.
Oh no.
Ymir, what are you doing?
Ymir does not look okay. As I'd imagine there's a lot of spirits around.
It's busy in here.
And this is a place of faith. And she's a medical professional. And she can not just see the spirits, she can smell the blood, she can smell the rot. This is the closest she's ever been to death at such a dense sort of place. She has just sort of been listening, but she's just fidgeting with her sort of like fingers as she's sort of just looking around, just trying to hold it together. She's nervous, she's finicky. This is everything she doesn't want for her people. She feels powerless.
Kaiden, as you draw up closer to Ymir, she's pale. There's flickers of the gold kind of light in her eyes that indicates she can see more than maybe she's used to. That it's sparking magic that's that's distressing her. She's staying close by the door.
I'll just very gently kind of off my hand if they need to hold, if they want some support.
She's just gonna lean her head into the hand and just sort of like
Okay.
keep her eyes onto the ground. She is no longer gonna look around.
Okay. Kaiden's just going to be there to help support and also make sure they don't touch anything to get infected.
What's this?
No.
If I lick it, it's mine. Yeah, no. Lyre and Sinza. Both of you roll me a perception check.
If something's getting up, Toby, I'm going to put it down. I swear to God. There we go. 14.
Filthy 20.
An absolutely disgusting 20.
Lyre, your focus keeps getting drawn to the two bodies in the corner that have been covered. One of the acolytes is speaking a prayer to the goddess of mortality over them.
Sure.
One of them is significantly bloodier than the other, and the blood is black, like tar on the woodwork.
Okay.
Sinza, you're looking at Aurelio, and just underneath his mask, along the rim across his cheeks, you can see this kind of red pattern. He's infected.
Mm-hmm. Sinza, she thinks she's just staring at him for a little bit too longer, and her eyes narrow. How long have you known? How long have you been infected for?
About 3 or 4 days.
Is there anyone that can take care of you?
No. I'm the only one that's really been able to do this sort of stuff for a bit. So no, if it's gonna take me, it's gonna take me. I've been trying to slow it down, but only so much I can do.
Has anyone been looking for some form of cure, something that can assist with it slowing or stopping?
We've been trying everything we can to slow it down in some way. I mean, restorative magic seems to be doing it. We did have someone who was able to do greater restorative magics at one point, and that did help a lot. But now, well, you can kind of guess what happened to him. So we're just trying to kind of micromanage as much as we can. The Sanguine have offered to try and assist us, because they seem concerned that this is going to spread to their section of the city, and potentially even the neutral zones like the trade district or
So the
you know.
Sanguine know about this?
Yes, it seems like it. They've sent
Did
a few our
someone-
way, but honestly, I haven't seen them. But I've been told that they are about.
Can I make an insight check on that?
On the
I'm trying to-
information or the person?
On the information, I'm trying to discern. It's strange to me that they couldn't get a note to the Green Company about what was going on, but the Sanguine know about this.
Okay, roll me an insight check.
Come on, don't fuck me. Oh, it's good. 22.
It's good.
It's good. 22. This sounds like an alibi.
Mm-hmm.
If the Sanguine are aware, / the Sanguine are the cause,
Mm-hmm.
they're using this aid as an alibi to be in this district and make it worse.
Yerp. I mean, it's good that the Sanguine are willing to offer a hand, I guess.
The more on deck, the merrier. I'm pretty sure that we're down to just here being the last kind of hospital that we have open. Well, the hospital, this is a church, you know. I was just a priest prior to this. I did a bit of surgery here and there, but that's about it. I had to learn fast.
I can imagine. Lyre, you can hear Sinza grinding her teeth from behind you.
Looks up.
Question. What happened to him? And he points over to the extremely bloody corpse.
He got back up.
Oh, so you put him down.
We put him down.
Nice. Okay. Question. Follow up. With the bodies, once they pass, once they're waking up again, I guess, does anything strange on the body appear? Is there any markings? Is there any growth of sorts of things?
I mean, they all get up with this kind of blue, hollow glow in their eyes.
Really?
Yeah. We think it might be,
Necrotic?
could be. I've heard stories about these scary little like necromancers who bring people back.
Right.
but
Yeah, sure.
It sounds like, well, it looks like some kind of magic, but it's coming from a disease.
Right.
And it seems to be a consistent time frame in which like they're getting back up. So it makes me think maybe the reason that we're not able to cure it is because it's magically inflicted.
Right.
I'm not
Question for
really
you.
that versed with magic.
You're infected, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you feeling? Like, what are the symptoms? Are you feeling like energy is being drained in a sense?
I haven't been able to sleep for a bit, but I've also been pretty busy.
Right.
I've got.
But I'm talking about you.
Arms and legs feel kind of weak. I feel tired. I'm really tired.
Right. Like you're being sapped of your energy in a sense?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I'm not really able to focus. I'm really trying to stay with it, but I keep kind of hearing things on the edges of my head,
What are you hearing?
People talking, whispers. It's like lots of voices all saying the same thing, but it's muffled. I can't understand what they're saying.
Okay. Can I look at that body?
Why?
Curiosity.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion +3, 15.
15. Just don't touch it.
Sure.
Okay.
Sinza,
Hi.
you've seen this look in Lyre's eyes
Mhm.
before.
She is very carefully watching you, and under her breath, she's muttering, "Stand in the ashes of 1,000 dead and ask the ghost if honor matters. Their silence is your answer."
Lyre's gonna walk up to where the person is praying and kneel down beside them. Hi.
Would you like to pray with me?
No, I need you to move aside for a moment.
Okay. And they kind of turn and look at Aurelio, and Aurelio's like... So they shift out of the way as you step up to take a look at the
Thank you.
bodies.
Very kind. Is there a sheet covering these bodies?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. Lyre's gonna kneel down towards the head and pull the blanket back over the head just to the base of the neck so we can see his face.
There is no face. This guy's head has been mashed in. It is sinew and bone and black. That is not blood there anymore. It is this ashy, thick ichor that is covering the floor, staining the sheets, staining the woodwork underneath his head, or where his head should be. But the majority of his face is not intact.
Right. Lyre's gonna sort of moan, frustrated by that they've ruined the fucking body. He's gonna pull the sheet down to their waist, and he's gonna move his hands, and his spell book's gonna move up in front of him and begin to hover in front of him. And I'm just going to awaken my spell book.
He kind of flickers to life.
You sort of see it like float up and around Lyre before like just hovering in front of him. Okay. A magically inclined disease may leave behind magically inclined residue. Let's find out. And you see Lyre place both his hands on his book and push down onto the chest of this being. And I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
You are hit with a wave of overwhelming necromancy.
Okay. So with Detect Magic, I can sense the presence of magic 30 feet. If you sense magic this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creatures or objects in the area that bears that magic. Looking around the room, those infected, are they hovering with the same magic?
So up to 30 feet.
Yes.
Okay.
Or those I'm in 30 feet of, I should say.
Okay. So Aurelio has this dull shimmer of blue around them. The acolyte next to you has this dull shimmer of blue around them. The corpses on the floor are so bright they're hard to look at.
Okay. Can I look at the body? Has anything been burnt or carved, or has anything appeared? Sigil, any weird growth, anything like that? Necromancy
Roll me
usually leaves a trace, so
You can either roll me a medicine or an arcana.
I'll go Arcana. 17.
As you're looking at it, it seems that this body's been they've performed some level of an autopsy in order to try and figure out what had happened.
Right, makes sense.
So the chest is somewhat open. They're bared to you, and on the bones of his ribcage are sigils carved into the bone.
I'm gonna write these sigils down.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
I read all languages.
Okay. This is written in Infernal. And across the bones, it reads, "Mine and mine forever, children of bones." And it repeats over and over and over on these bones.
Children of bones?
Yes.
Lyre's gonna look up very cocky, look over to Sinza. Come here. Come.
Kind of gives you a look and then slowly makes her way over, still muttering as she passes.
Aurelio also kind of follows behind you because they are curious.
So by the looks of it, this sickness is definitely magically inclined and created. But rather than just a disease, this is more of a binding disease. If you look closely on the bones, I don't know if you can see them without what I can see, but there's infernal runes written on every single one of these bones, repeating the same phrase, "Mine and mine forever, children of bones."
Does it look like they were like burned into the bone or like carved?
They were carved.
Oh.
It's hard to read, like with Lyre's extra sort of magical sense that is pinging out with this. It's clearer for Lyre to read, but as you kind of look into it, you can see where the blood has seeped into the carvings. So it is slightly clearer on certain sections of it where this has been carved in, but it is beautifully clean.
That's not horrifying.
So my take on this is whoever's doing this is very good at what they do. But maybe those who were taken and had their memories taken from them were carved open and traced with runes, carrying them, if you will. Was this person a carrier or an infected? Do you know?
Talking to the acolyte, or
Yes.
to
The acolyte,
Aurelio?
or whoever answers. Just
Aurelio
general
pipes up that they just got infected by someone who came in.
right.
If that's happening to people who are catching it,
That means it's happening to you.
it explains why my chest hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. Aurelio goes paler at that concept. Like they seemed that they weren't aware of this yet.
Sinza very quietly kind of leans her head over towards Lyre. Does this magic feel familiar to you? To the thing we've been seeing in our dreams?
Oh, absolutely. But my curiosity now falls to someone who was taken and came back recently but hasn't got any symptoms, and he sort of just starts looking over towards the Brotherhood member.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Aurelio
yeah,
kind of trails and follows your gaze.
I wonder what would happen if someone like that walked into the building. or if there was any remnants of an operation on them.
I mean,
If
you can go
only
and talk to her if you want.
we can, but only if we had a medical officer of sorts who knows the human body. Oh, wait, we do. Ymir! And Lyre will sort of stand up and begin to walk over to Ymir.
As Lyre approaches, Kaiden, you're gonna hear Ymir hyperventilate for a second, go like, and you see her tears trailing down her face. She wipes it off, smiling. Yes.
Lyra will walk up to you and sort of look you up and down. Are you okay?
Of course. Just a bit
Uh-huh.
heavy in here with all the dead bodies and all.
Right.
Can I make an insight check on Ymir?
Yeah, if you want to. Ymir, would you like to roll a persuasion or deception? You do not have to say what, but you are welcome to.
Kaiden's just going to stay there as physical support.
That's a natural 20.
She is masking.
Right. I don't mean to add more pressure to you or scare you, but I need your mind right now.
Of course.
Sinza and I made a discovery. The bodies of those infected have runes of infernal like burned into their bones,
Huh.
saying, "Mine and mine forever, children of bones."
Children of bones.
Mm.
Okay.
Ymir, roll me a history check.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
That's the best roll I'm gonna get. Religion? Was it investigation?
History.
History. Well, that's gonna be a 27.
27. You're thinking back to your studies on the ring. You did a lot of reading while you were up there. There was an awful lot. There was a whole section of that library that was written in Braille. You could read, so you were able to read books upon books upon books upon books up there. One of which went into details about a lich, and this starts to line up with words that Lyre is telling you.
As soon as Lyre finishes words of that, I like to think Ymir just says, a lich. We're dealing with a lich.
Toby, do I know much about liches?
I know anything.
All of you can roll history and see if you
Tony,
know
no.
anything.
Kaiden knows anything about liches.
With backstory stuff, Toby. Would I know
Advantage.
anything? Okay. Dirty 20.
Okay.
10.
10. So, Sinza, would you like to roll, or are you not
I'm
going
okay. Sinza is just focused on Ymir at the moment.
to? Okay. Kaiden, Lich, sounds like lichen. Do you know about lichen? That's the plant.
Puppy.
You're like, no, that sounds like my friend, because you have a friend who has lichen on their body. And you're like, oh, no, okay, that's fine. You know how to deal with that because you can speak the language. Everything's fine. So you feel a bit more kind of like, oh, okay. Lyre. You have heard of liches, definitely. Mages of whom have partaken in such dark magics and separated their own soul from their body in order to live forever. They are abhorrent to the divine order. They are the worst possible outcome, if that's how you view it, for a wizard, or someone at least magically inclined.
A lich. Interesting. Kaiden, Sinza, do you know what a lich is?
Well, it's like some kind of plant, a lichen, right?
No. Lich, not
Yeah.
lichen. Two
It
different
looks
things.
similar. It's like a plant, right?
No, they're two different things. A lich was once a powerful mage
Right.
who became obsessed with power and life and living and turned to dark magics, necromantic of sorts. They gave up their soul for a lifetime of power and borderline immortality.
So a curse then.
They feed on magic and they feed on chaos. And this lich has found a way to build an army of sorts without even lifting a finger. But Ymir, the reason I came to you is because, and he's gonna like lower his tone a little bit. That's Brotherhood member over there. She was recently taken and has magically come back with no symptoms. I believe she might be a carrier, and I'm curious if she would have any scars left on her body from an operation of sorts. Maybe one where the runes were initiated. And maybe, if they are comfortable and give consent, they would let a medical practitioner, I can't think of a better word, but investigate.
I can do that.
I would, but I think I would be a bit too much.
Okay.
Ymir.
Hmm.
Are you okay to do this?
Yes, of course. It is my job.
Honey, you can say no if you want.
I could, but there are people that are dying.
You could also learn a lot from it, Ymir.
Of course. Of course. Okay. Shall we? All right. Can you? Which one's the Brotherhood member?
Over here.
This one, right here. This one.
Yes.
Tackle. No.
Don't.
It's gonna stay very close.
Spirit Guardians. Anyway.
Ymir is going to wait 1 second, and it's almost like as you look at her, the way she goes through her motions, it almost feels like a routine. You sort of see her just sort of loosen up her shoulders. You see her sort of like clap her hands slightly. You see her even move her face, where it's like before she approaches, just hello, hi, do not worry, I am Ymir. I am something around the lines of a doctor, depending on who you are talking to. I heard that you uh, that you don't seem to have any symptoms or anything.
No. My name's 𝘞𝘰𝘭𝘥𝘰. I'm a member of the Brotherhood of Sabers. I they said that I went missing, and I came back, and I'm fine. And
there were some people who went missing who came back who were sick, but they said that I'm okay. I'd shake your hand, but they've told me to be cautious.
Yes, you are okay. I'm just here to uh, be a bit of assurance you're going to be just fine. Just do me a favor. And you see sort of Ymir, and I think I'm going to use this not as more of like a typical sort of routine practice. Uh, it's going to use a cantrip, but use light in the fingertip and just do like check for like, um, yeah, just sort of check
Roll me
if
a medicine check at advantage as you're performing this check on her.
Let's go, cleric.
God, I got advantage. Okay. 21.
21. You notice that her gaze is not following quite as quickly as it should be. She's pale. She looks like she's experienced blood loss.
She doesn't say anything. She just sort of looks, you're doing great. Wonderful. Just one more thing. If you are okay with it, you are doing so great already. May I look over your body? May you sort of take some articles of your clothing off just to make sure that you know that everything is okay. And hey, if everything's okay, we could just send you off, and uh, you can do your normal life if you have one.
Is that okay, sister? As she turns her head to the acolyte next to her, and the acolyte nods. It's like, it's fine. She's a doctor. Talking about Ymir. So the Nimue begins to remove some of her clothing. She takes off her gloves. She takes off her cloak. She's wearing a little sigil of the Brotherhood on her lapel, and she sort of pulls her sleeves up and rolls her shirt up a little bit. As you're looking her over, Ymir, you're kind of you have to kind of run your hands over sections of the body in order to find any issues. Um, doesn't seem to be anything out of place along her chest, anything across her arms, and then you get down to her wrist. You get down to her left wrist, and you can feel a couple of bumps, punctures.
Okay. Um, is there a way I can do another medicine check?
You can do if you'd like. What are you looking for?
Okay. I'm looking for if it's on the left wrist, if that is the only entry wound that I can see. I want to determine if by basing off the wrist, if I can trace it to where, given the description um, given to me by Lyre, that I might be able to surmise that something may have happened where it sort of entered their circulatory system at all, where it was sort of written, just to determine that. And at the same time, seeing as I'm applying pressure on certain things, I'm going to check if I'm gonna be looking at not looking, but just sort of determining if I apply pressure, if she winces, if she gives any sort of instance that she is feeling pain, because patients can say I'm not feeling anything, um,
Yeah.
but a lot of times based on um, facial expressions, you can tell otherwise. Um,
Because you're this close to her, she is a little bit clearer usually
uh,
than what you normally see. It's just a very blurry image of this woman, and it is in black and white. So it is
yeah,
a little harder for you to make details out, but it's clearer than you're used to. So you are able to pick out a few details if you're doing that.
yeah, and just because
Roll me a
I'm
medicine check then.
okay, but as I'm operating from the stance that she might not be telling me everything, because being in a place full of uh, dying people can be scary. Ymir's going to be like, I want to become a doctor because if you don't know anything about asthma, as she's sort of feeling around her body, being very gentle, um, we don't have very long lifespans. Some people can live up to 80 years old, some may live up to 100, and maybe in your case you might live that long, and I'm sure you will. But as moths don't get that privilege. So I grew up losing a lot of people that I cared about. And because of that, I wanted to become the best at trying to make people feel better, which is what I'm going to do for you. So I apologize if I may do something that might cause you to react sharply. Just know that I'm doing everything I can to make sure that you are tip top shape, okay? I'm going to roll medicine. 23. You're
As you're running your hands over, you're talking to her. Nimue seems amicable. Listening to you talk, it seems almost as if it's a comfort to have you just kind of chat whilst you're going through this operation with her. The rest of you watch as she flinches a little with Ymir running a hand over her ribs. And Ymir, you can feel her twitch as you run a hand over, and as you thumb across one of the ribs, across her rib cage, it's just ever so slightly not the right shape.
well.
There doesn't seem to be any other punctures. There's the only one is on her wrist, but she has no other signs of vampirism.
By the punctures, is it enough where I can determine is it 2 puncture marks as if it was vampire teeth, or was it like
It's
full-on?
4. So it's an
4.
upper and a lower set.
Upper, lower set. She's going to smile over at Nimue. Well, Nimue, you are healthy, but we might keep you here for a little bit just to make sure that everything is looking okay. But Nimue, you are going to make, and everyone will notice a slight pause. You are going to make a speedy recovery.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm still unsure about what happened with me vanishing and not knowing, not really remembering anything. It's
You-
like everything's been clouded in a mist in my head.
Okay. Do that is, believe it or not, that is sometimes common. Happens to me sometimes. By chance, do you remember anything that might have happened beforehand where this memory block comes into place?
My lieutenant sent me here to come and help with dealing with some of the undead, and I got here and I stayed here overnight, and then there's just blue mist.
Okay.
And then it's like I woke up in bed, and I got up, and everyone had said that I'd been missing for the last 4 or 5 days.
Okay, so you arrived here following orders, and then you just had a little moment where your memory slipped and you were gone for a significant period of time?
Apparently, if anyone would like to roll an Arcana check,
I
you are
would love to
welcome
roll an
to.
Arcana, please.
Sinza has taken a few steps back, actually.
Okay.
Toby, my detect magic is still up. What aura am I getting from this bitch?
Let me check.
What? It's a high. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I got a 23 in Arcana.
Dex, I'm gonna need you to put a
Okay.
bitch down in a moment.
Maggot. Pocket maggot.
Pocket leech.
Pocket leech.
Oh no. Oh no.
I thought it would have just been the necromantic energy
So-
from before.
You so Lyre, you see enchantment magic.
Oh
around her
no.
head. Ymir, from your studies of magic and your studies in the most proficient magical studies college in this star system, this is modify memory. Somebody has changed her memory, so she does not remember what happened to her.
She's enchanted.
Well, 𝘞𝘰𝘮𝘭𝘥, was it?
Yes, Nimue.
You're going to be okay.
She smiles. That's good. I was really worried. I don't want to make anyone else sick. They said I could be carrying something.
Oh my god.
Listen, after all this is over, we shall meet again, okay?
Okay,
Do a checkup.
that sounds good. Ymir, was it?
Yes, Ymir.
She kind of does like an air handshake as if she's not quite. She doesn't want to touch you just in case. But you have been touching her, so she's like, well, so she kind of awkwardly offers a hand out to you, and
Ymir uses both hands and warm shakes both hands. No, she knows what's happening, so she's like,
I'll let the lieutenant know. So you can always come and go and talk to the lieutenant or see the Brotherhood, but there's not really that many people left, so it's quite
course.
small.
oh, thank you. All right.
She smiles again. What are Sinza and Kaiden? What are you two doing?
Kaiden's mainly been trying to just support Ymir at the moment, just being there physically, ready to be like grabbed hold of if needed, because they can see that Ymir's not doing well, but just hasn't said anything.
Since she just feels bad. Like this woman is just like a lost part of her memory. It's just dazed and confused.
Since I need you to roll me a d20.
Oh, oh.
Don't fuck it up.
13.
Okay.
Unlucky number.
Your chest feels tight.
Oh.
oh.
I'm just gonna get some fresh air. She turns on a heel and she's gonna head outside.
Ah. Kaiden,
Yeah.
Sinza seemed upset.
Right. I'll go check. Can you just keep an eye on with Ymir? Just they have someone to grab
Yes.
onto.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay.
I can keep an eye on things.
And Caden's gonna go outside and check on Sinza.
Outside is just as quiet and dour as it was before.
Same scent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you are out in the street. Being out in the fresh air does help quite a bit.
Sinza's just kind of like looking up. Like her eyes are closed, but she's kind of just breathing, like very levelly, just like relaxing, just enjoying the fresh air.
You doing okay?
Excellent.
Is it just all the dead bodies getting to you?
Yeah. It's a
Oh,
lot.
it's-
She's just confused. She doesn't know what's going on. I'm fine. You don't have to be out here with me.
Yeah, but you don't seem okay to me. And I want to be out here.
I'm okay. Just, I needed to get away from it. It's just a bit much.
I mean, we can leave if you want.
I don't think we should leave the others.
Or not
I don't-
not the others, just like this area. If you need some time.
I think I'm okay out here. Just, I couldn't look at her eyes anymore. I couldn't
Right.
see that confusion anymore. Just I'm fine, Kaiden. I'm fine. It's fine.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just stay out here, just in case.
Okay.
Okay.
The two of you stay outside on the street, whilst Ymir and Lyre remain indoors. What are you two doing?
I'll wait for Ymir to finish with the member of the Brotherhood.
Nimue, yeah.
Nimue, thank you.
Ymir would have just sort of stepped away after shaking her hand, and she's gonna go look over to Lyre, her back now turned to Nimue. What a mind. Modify memory.
I know. There is an enchantment aura around her head. Whatever got her knows what they're doing. And if we're dealing with a lich,
I have
that's a
question.
whole nother story. Of course.
Lyre.
Yes.
Ymir would have probably picked up that Sinza had to head out, right?
Mhm.
Sinza just left. I picked up on that.
She's not here, so.
Lyre, when Sinza was fighting our friend, that vampire. Did she draw blood?
I mean, she cut his head clean off.
No, did the vampire draw blood?
Oh, possibly? I mean, he cut me with his sword.
Okay. I saw a bite mark on Nimue's wrist. My big fear now is that perhaps it's something more than just what's stopping this from turning from a viral sort of disease to being placed on weaponry.
That is a 𝘍𝘪𝘳𝘭𝘥 by the looks of it, my friend.
Well,
But, if I may, we can look at things a little differently right now. We are dealing with a lich. Do you know how or why wizards become liches?
to live forever.
To live forever. No clock. No game over. as much time as you want. Now and Lyre will bring his book back around. I have copied down the runes on the bodies. These are necromantic. I can study these. I can learn what they mean and what they can do. I can cross-reference. I can find ways around it. I understand temptation and want of power, Ymir. But a lich, that is not the forever you want. It corrupts your mind and your soul. So if you and I can work together with your divine knowledge and my interests, maybe we can use this to find a way around it. We have the means. We just need time to research. And I don't think we're going to get that in this city with a plague. Was there anything else you found on her?
Other than the healed puncture wound, and that the markings are probably on her rib cage. I did feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, DM, that the rib doesn't like belong there, or
It feels like it's been shaped differently.
so like it's been replaced with something, or
Almost like the bone has been bent. It seems like her rib cage has changed shape. It felt wrong.
okay, her rib cage. It's been changed. The form is off. Did you see that in? With the
No,
other?
I don't believe I did. This one was... She might be a carrier. He was just an infected. But that might be how they're made carriers. Ritual magic, if this is ritual magic, is very precise. It takes specific means of materials, schematics. That could be something.
Then there is nothing else I picked up.
We need to clear her mind. We need to know what happened.
Okay. What will you have me do?
I don't know. I don't have access to that kind of magic just yet. But we're missing something. There's a piece here that we're just missing.
She said that as soon as she fell asleep here, everything went dark for her. There's a likelihood that someone here is a mole of some sort, or someone that is actively doing these things. There'd be no way for them to just sneak in. Maybe one of the people here know more than what they're saying.
It's entirely possible. I don't know.
Ymir is going to... Can I make a perception check to look around if any of the spirits are giving me clues of anything?
Okay, make me a perception check.
Please. 13.
You can see stood near Aurelio another halfling. Blonde hair, tied up in a ponytail, wearing similar clothing. Looks like she could be related to them. Looking in your direction and making this gesture.
Can I sort of surmise what she's trying to tell me?
Library.
Books.
I'm gonna look
Books.
over. Good news, Lyre.
Yeah.
I think I have our lead. Library. There's a spirit following the head person here. She is gesturing towards the library.
I mean, if we have to go to a library, I guess I'll tag along.
Let's go to the library, Lyre. It's just sort of like, God damn it, let's go.
Okay. I'll turn to O'Reilly, is it? Sorry?
Aurelio.
Aurelio, my apologies. Thank you for your knowledge and information. I am sorry to have informed you of what is happening to you. Truly.
I'd rather know. If you come back and I'm still here, you're always welcome. Even if I'm not here, I'm sure someone will be. Just steer clear as much as you can of this stuff. I know you're kind of right in the middle of it right now, but 𝘏𝘪𝘨𝘩 isn't exactly something that we have a lot of information on. So if you are able to get anything, please just tell us.
My best advice? It's magic. Magic can be dispelled.
There's only so much of us with magic.
I'm working on it.
You kind of look at the floor. I don't know how much time I've got left, but I appreciate everything that you've done. Even if it's just keeping us informed. At least now we know we might be able to do something.
Right. Good luck.
Good luck.
Lyre will turn and begin to leave.
They return to their little makeshift desk. As you two step out into the rain with Sinza and Kaiden, that is where we are going to end our session.
Yeah.
Huzzah! So, see you all next week, same time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.